Hey there! Thanks for stopping by. Let's dive into something amazing together. Welcome to Next Gen EduBuddies. Don't forget to hit those buttons below to stay connected. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's keep exploring together.
Step into a dark, medieval laboratory filled with the faint glow of bubbling potions and the scent of ancient, dusty parchment. Were alchemists the first true chemists, or were they merely dreamers chasing the shadows of magic and myth? For centuries, the world of alchemy has been shrouded in mystery, defined by secret symbols and the promise of hidden power. We often imagine them as wizards in robes, but behind these legends lies a much more grounded and fascinating truth. Alchemists played a vital, often overlooked role in the birth of modern science, bridging the gap between wonder and discovery. The story begins thousands of years ago, with roots stretching deep into the ancient cultures of Egypt, China, and Greece. These early thinkers looked at the world and saw a puzzle, believing all matter was composed of four basic elements: earth, air, fire, and water were the building blocks they studied, hoping to master the very essence of the physical world. Their ultimate goal was transformation, seeking to turn ordinary, dull substances into something truly extraordinary and precious. One of their most famous and enduring quests was the attempt to transmute base metals like lead into gleaming gold. Beyond wealth, they chased the legendary elixir of life, a substance they believed could grant the drinker eternal youth. To our modern eyes, these goals might seem like pure fantasy, the product of a world still learning to distinguish fact from fiction. So, we have to ask ourselves, was alchemy nothing more than magical thinking, or was there a method to their madness? The answer is not as simple as it seems, because while their ideas were mystical, their actions were remarkably grounded. Alchemists were, in practice, the first to embrace the power of careful, hands-on experimentation in a controlled setting. They spent countless hours heating substances over open flames, carefully mixing chemicals, and watching for subtle reactions. Every observation was critical, and they took the time to record their findings, building a library of early chemical knowledge. Consider the tools
ancient
they
alchemists
used,
to modern
which are
scientists,
surprisingly familiar
the pursuit
to
of
anyone
truth
who has ever
continues.
stepped inside a modern science laboratory.
The process
Flasks,
of distillation, separating
and the
substances by their
sturdy
boiling
crucibles
points,
we
a
use
connote
today
of
were
early
first
chemistry.
developed and refined by these pioneers.
The
These were
process
not
of
just
distillation
trinkets.
separate cones
They
by
were
their boiling
precision
points,
instruments designed
as they
to
can be
isolate,
collected in a pure form.
purify, and understand the nature of matter. Their hands-on
To
work
perform
laid
this
the essential
reaction, a
foundation
controlled
for the
amount of
chemistry that
reactant must
students
be
study
added
in
slowly.
classrooms all around the world today. But we must acknowledge a key difference in their approach, one that sets them apart from the scientists of today. Alchemy was
Unveil
never
the
just about the
secrets of the
physical
microcosm,
reaction. It was
where the
deeply tied
universe
to the realms
lies
of
within.
philosophy and spirituality. Many alchemists believed that the process of transforming metals was a direct reflection of transforming the human soul. They
This
saw their
alchemical
work as a path
process,
to
if
achieving inner
successful,
purity
will grant
and
the
enlightenment,
consumer
viewing the
immortality.
laboratory as a sacred space. In their unique worldview, science and mysticism were not separate, but were deeply and inextricably intertwined. They were searching for a universal truth that connected the physical properties of matter to the spiritual state of humanity. This search for meaning gave their work a profound sense of purpose that went far beyond simple material gain. However, the tides of history were turning, and the world was preparing for a massive shift in how we understand reality.
From conjecture to observation, the scientific revolution shifted the world's view forever.
And 17th centuries. New thinkers began to emerge, challenging the traditional beliefs that had held sway for hundreds of years. Figures like Robert Boyle stepped forward, pushing for a new standard of rigor in the pursuit of knowledge.
The cornerstones of
science
science,
must be based on
precise measurement,
precise
and repeatable
measurement, and
experiments.
experiments that could be repeated by others.
From
This
the shimmy, the
shift
dur and
marked
shur
the
to the
slow
language
but
of
steady
molecules,
transition
we've charted the
from the
course of
mystical
matter
world
itself.
of alchemy to the empirical world of chemistry. Chemistry emerged as a distinct science, defined by observation, proof, and a commitment to objective, verifiable results. It began to leave behind the more esoteric and mystical elements that had characterized the work of the old alchemists. But we should be careful not to label the alchemists as failures, because that would be a profound misunderstanding. Without their early, tireless efforts, the chemistry we rely on today would simply not exist in its current form. Their insatiable curiosity
The
and
pursuit
their
of
relentless
knowledge
search
begins
for
with a simple
knowledge
question.
helped shape the very scientific methods we use now. They were the ones who first asked
The
the hard
elements
questions
align
about how the world is put
At
together
last.
and how it changes. So, we return to our original question. Were these alchemists true scientists, or were they just dreamers? The answer, as it turns out, is both, because they existed at the intersection of two very different worlds. They combined the power of human imagination with the discipline of experimentation to push the boundaries of their time. They were comfortable blending magic with method, using their intuition to guide their search for hidden patterns. In doing so, they unknowingly paved the way for one of the most
final
important
frontier.
and impactful branches of modern science. They were the
The final
pioneers who
stage.
stood on the edge of the unknown,
Patience.
looking for answers in
soul
the
of the
fire and the
phoenix.
glass. Their
From the
legacy is
alchemist
found in
flask
every
to the
laboratory,
digital world,
in every discovery,
the essence of
and in the
matter
spirit of
endures.
inquiry that drives us forward. It is a reminder that even the most grounded science often starts with a spark of wonder and a dream. The transition from alchemy to chemistry was
From
not
chaos
an
to
end,
clarity,
but an
from
evolution
stone
of
to
the
sphere.
human desire to understand. Today, we look back at their work with a new appreciation for the
ancient
complexity of their
secrets
contributions to history. They may
The
have
true
been
gold
chasing
is not
gold,
measured in
but they
ounces,
found something far
but in
more
the light it
valuable in the
kindles
process
within.
of their work. They found the language of the material world, a language that we are still learning to speak fluently today. As we move forward, we carry their curiosity with us, continuing the work they started so long ago. What do you
Is the
think
answer in the
about this
stars,
journey?
or
From
is
the
it written
mystical
in the
to
equations?
the empirical in the history of science. Were these early alchemists ahead of their time, or were they lost in a beautiful, complex illusion? We would love to hear your thoughts on this fascinating bridge between the ancient and the modern world. Leave a comment below and join the
Unlocking nature's
conversation
essence
about the
through
origins of the
science's
science
lens.
we use every day. If you enjoyed this look into the past, please take a moment to like and share this video with others.
Stay
There is so much
curious.
more to
The
explore
journey
about
from
the
mystery
amazing
to
history of
knowledge
science.
is the greatest
So stay
adventure of all.
curious and keep learning. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next deep dive into scientific history.
Don't forget to click subscribe and join the family. There's so much more coming your way. Subscribe now and never miss out on the fun.